Hello everyone. So we will be doing, I'll be covering week 6 math for grade 6. So let's start. So Connor is setting up a small office. He bought 3 desks for $70 each and 4 chairs for $Y each. Connor paid a total of $350 for desk and chair. So they have given you the total here. Remember, the total will be at the end, $350. Now let's look at the other details of this. So he bought 3 desks for $70 each. So 3 times 70. Now why am I saying 3 times 70? It's because one desk costs 70, right? So I directly just multiplied it. So rather than you do 370 plus 70 plus 70, you can just directly jump and multiply it. How many times did we repeat the number? 3 times. And what is that number being repeated 3 times? 70. So I multiplied that by 70. Plus the same thing you do with the chairs. So 4 times $Y. Y. It's the same process. They just did not give you the dollars for this. So that's 350. Okay, this is your equation for the first one. Let's choose that. That's 370. Not minus, sorry. It's plus. Yeah, here. Now we're going to solve for the y. When we solve for the y, 1 second, we solve for the y, it becomes 4y plus 210. I just solved it. 70 times 3, it's 210. Is equals to 350. Then we subtract, right? We take the 210 to the other side. Subtract 210. We subtracted 0, 4, 1. 140 is your answer for the second one. Remember, keep in mind these questions. You have to understand them before you start writing the equation. Once you do that, understand part by part. So 3 desks for 70, you know that they're asking for he paid total. So which direction are they going towards? That there are 3 desks. They want to find out what is the amount they're supposed to pay at the counter, the total. So we know that there are 3 desks. That will multiply by 70 plus the 4 chairs multiplied by y. When you add them up, you get 350. There you go. Okay, so it's this simple. If you understand part by part, if you just try to jumble it up, you won't understand what they're asking for and you won't be able to write the equation. For this one, you just solve for x. What will that be? 4x is equals to 36. 36 here, what do you do? It's multiplication when there's no sign between the 4 and the x. So 4 times x. What do you do when you take it to the other side? You divide by 4, right? You divide it here by 4, you divide it here by 4. The 4 and 4 got cancelled from here. 36 divided by 4 is 9. There you go, you got the answer. X is 9. The next one, Robert received $250 for his birthday this year. This was $20 less than twice the amount he received last year. So in this question, one of my students was getting really confused when he started off the quiz. And I explained to him, look, don't dive too deep into it. Just read it. What is it saying? Robert received $250 for his birthday this year. This was 20 less than twice the amount he received last year. Let X denote the amount Robert received last year. So X is the amount that he received last year. They multiplied it by 2 and they subtracted by 20. Remember, the amount that he received last year is going to be larger than 20, so that's why I put it first. And they multiplied it by 2. They told you here twice the amount of 2. Minus 20 is equals to 250. This is the equation that you use for this is how you make the equation for part A. For part B now, what do you do? The amount Robert received last year was, now you solve it. So you take this to the other side. It was subtraction. When you take it to the other side, it becomes multiplication. Sorry if I'm speaking too fast. If you have any questions, please comment down below and don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. So this becomes 20. So it becomes 270 is equals to 2x. So what will this become? When you divide here, again, it's multiplication. You'll divide here by 2. When you want to take the 2 to the other side, you divide. And 2 here. What does it become? 135. So, I mean, of course, you have to solve it. 270. You can do, here you can do 13. 13 times 2 is, sorry, 1 second. 26 minus 7, minus 1, sorry, 0, 0, and 5. 135. There you go, you got the answer. So he received last year 135. the student he was getting confused, and when he was reading the question, he was saying, why is this amount less than this amount? Because I'm saying they said in the statement that they twice the amount. He didn't actually receive twice the amount last year. So try to not get confused too much in these questions. Our clothing factory uses a number T of buttons to sew on for 115 shirts. It uses 4 buttons for each shirt. Now what happens, this is a very good indicator for what they're trying to do. So they have a T number of buttons, right? You have to keep in mind, so the manufacturer or the factory owner, he knows that whenever there are 4 buttons lined up, that means this is one t-shirt, right? So if I have a lot of buttons and I divide them into 4, I'll find out how many shirts I can make, right? So I have a lot of buttons, and whenever I have 4 buttons, I can make a shirt. Then there are a number of buttons, I can make a shirt. That's why I'm dividing them into 4 groups and finding out this unknown number of buttons, how many shirts it can get me. This unknown number of buttons can get me 115 shirts because I divided them into batches of 4. So 4 buttons, 1 shirt. Then I made a batch of 4 buttons, another shirt. So in this batch of buttons, I could divide by 4, I could make 115. So what is the total amount of buttons that there are? There are 460. 460 buttons. You can just, what will we do here? Remember, it's T divided by 4. You write it like this, it will be easier. Equals to 115. And then you take this to the other side and becomes 115 times 4. You can multiply to get 460. Okay, sorry, I think I missed. I didn't press on the question and on the answer, sorry. Okay, now this one. Y divided by 3 is equals to 12. You take the 3 to the other side. Remember, it's division. When you take it to the other side, it becomes multiplication. So it becomes 12 times 3 is 36. The same thing now you'll do for this one. 3b is equals to 12 and 5. 12 over 5. Now, it's multiplication here. So when you take it to the other side, what happens? You divide here by 3 and you divide here by 3. Now, if you want to divide here by 3, you have to flip it. Remember, sorry, you have to flip it to make it multiplication. Remember, whenever we change division into multiplication, we flip it. So we multiply here by 1 over 3. We'll multiply 12 over 15. Divide by 3 up, divide by 3 below. That will give us 4 over 5. Now they said integer or decimal. Remember above, they haven't given me the option to write it as a fraction. So when I divide that, what do I get? 0.8. So I'll just write here 0.8. I'll divide it and write it as a decimal. Okay, so the next one here, okay, so whenever we have this question, 5 is equals to 9x minus 9x plus 5. Keep in mind you're still solving for x. So let's see what solution can we get. Does this equation have a solution or not? So we take 5 to the other side, becomes 0. We take this, 9x minus 9x is 0. So we know we need to keep in mind that, sorry, did I do that correctly? 1 second, I'll do that again. So 5 is equals to 9x minus 9x. Sorry, I forgot to multiply this the minus by each number inside. So we multiply negative by the positive 9x, so it becomes negative. Remember, keep in mind the rules. And negative times negative becomes positive 5. Now I will take it to the other side. Yeah, now I'll take it to the other side and becomes 0. So minus 5, yeah, I was doing it correctly, okay. 0 and 0. So here, what happens if it's 0 and 0, this is infinitely many solutions because 0 is equals to 0 all the time, right? So the variables that are left and the statement is always true. So we have no variables left and the statement is always true. It is always 0 equals to 0. The next one is, let's solve it again. It becomes 19 minus 4y. Sorry, 1 second. 19 is equals to minus 4y minus 3. Again, I'm going to take the minus inside and plus 4y plus 3. Let's solve it. So we have minus 4y plus 4y 0, minus 3 plus 3, 0. So 19 equals to 0. Is 19 ever equals to 0? So it means that there is no solution. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here again the same thing. Y divided by 2 is equals to 12. You take 2, it's division, right? So when we want to take it up, it will become multiplication, multiplication both sides. It'll become equals to 24. Next one, what do we do here? It becomes y times 2. And we take it to the other side. What happens? So remember, whenever we take it to the other side, the sign changes. So it becomes divided by 2. And what happens here? It becomes 6. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Okay, now this one. Now they have given you steps for this. So this will be 44 plus 2 is outside, x plus 10. So what does that mean? 44 plus 2x plus 20, right? If I simplify this, I took the number and I multiplied by each, the variable n by 10 inside equals to 100. So what is this? We add the numbers that we can add, so which is 64, 44 plus 20, plus 2x is equals to 100. Okay, but we have to do it step by step, so 2x plus 20. They just took the 2 and they multiplied inside by 2 by the x and they multiplied 2 by the 10. And then the next one, 2x plus, now what did they do? They took the numbers and they added them. So 44 plus 20, that gives you 64. Then they took the 64 to the other side, they subtracted it. What did they get there? They got 36. Sorry, 1 second. 36. And then for the last one, 36 divided by 2 is how much? 18. There you go. Okay, now let's do this one. This is also step by step. So 7 over 9 minus 1 over 10. You take 1 over 10 to the other side. Z over 9 equals to 39 over 10 plus 1 over 10. So we get 40 over 10. So here, 40 over 10, but you simplified it, right? So it becomes 4. So it becomes 40 over 10. So here it becomes 40 over 10. And then you cross out the 0 here, so it becomes 4. And then z over 9 is equals to 4. You take the 9 to the other side, it's division, right? So now you multiply it by 9. That is 9 times 4 is 36. There you go. Let's go to the next question. For this now, 7 minus 3b plus 8b is equals to 107. Again, they're telling you to solve it in step by step. So what do we do here? 7 minus 3b plus 8b, solve it. Different sign, so we subtract. And what sign do we carry at the end? The positive. So it becomes 5b is equals to 107. Remember? So what do they want us here? They put all the numbers on the other side and they put the b on one side. You can see that by here. So this one is 5b. You take this to the other side, it becomes minus 7. So here it will be 5 and 7. So remember, they also solved this. You can see that was 107 here. It became 100, right? So what does that mean? What does that indicate? That you took the 7 to the other side and you subtracted. And then you solve for b. So 100 divided by 5 is 25. 20. Okay, again, we take the same thing here. We have 20. It's equals to 2.5, 2.5x. We take the 2.5 at the bottom here, 2.5. Now remember, you can never divide by a decimal number in the denominator. So you multiply here by 10, you multiply here by 10. You get 200 divided by 25. Now you divide by 5 above, divide by 5 below. Remember, there's a divisibility rule. So whenever you have a number that ends in 0 and 5, you just divide by 0 and 5. You can divide by 5. Keep these divisibility rules in mind. They're very important. They help you a lot in your questions to make it simpler for you. So I know 20 divided by 5 is 4, and the 0 will just stay there. So I can do that part by part as well, or you can do it the long way. 5 here, 200, 4 up, 20 here. You subtract, you get 0, and the other 0 just goes up. So 0 here. And then 25 divided by 5 is 5. Again, it's 0 and 5, right? So you can divide it, you can simplify, get 8. Okay, what about this? 28. Same rule you'll apply again. You get 3.5. It's in the 3.5. 3.5p. You took this to the other side, 3.5. Remember, it's multiplication, right? So when we take it to the bottom, it just becomes division. So 28 divided by 3.5, you multiply by 10. You multiply by 10. If your multiplication is good, you can just see it quickly. It's 280 divided by 335. Then what do? You divide by 7. So it will be divide by 7 here as well. So it will be 28 divided by 7. So 280, it's just 4. 4 times 7 is 280. And then 35 divided by 7 is 5. So again, 40 divided by 5 is 8. So you get 8 here again. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this one again, you take the minus 9 to the other side, becomes 2 plus 9. It becomes 9 plus 2 is 11. Then x over 10 is equals to 11. It's division here, take it to the other side, and you multiply it by 10. 110. Okay, again, I think it's the same thing, 110. Okay, just keep it in. Okay, what about this? Again, it's in steps, right? So if I were 18x equals to 25 over 9 by 18 gives 18, 5 times 18. So, for example, you're just solving it step by step. So 5 and 18, right? What was the first step they did here? They wanted to take the 18 to the other side. So they divided here. Sorry, they multiplied here by 18 because it's division already, right? So they multiplied by 18 here is equals to 18, 25 over 9. So they did that both sides to take the 18 to the other side. Then they simplified. They crossed this out, they crossed this out. They got here, divide by 9, divide by 9. It becomes 2 times 25 is equals to 5x. So 5x, right? The step we're following the same steps here. So we simplified. We know that divide by 9, divide by 9. I always say this. The smaller number, divide that by itself and check if the bigger number is also divisible by it. It usually is most of the time. So 5x is equals to 50. Now, you know that we can just take the x. We can divide 50 divided by x. Sorry, 50 divided by 5 and you get 10 here. The last equation x, we know that x, sorry, here it will be 50. It won't be x here. I solved it to the final part here, but it's 50 here. And then you divide here, so you get 10. Let's do this now. 0.5 and 4.5. So again, the same process again. 4.5 divided by 0.5. You multiply here by 10. You multiply by 10. 45 by 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Ten minus 3b. Just take it out because there's nothing else you have to do in the bracket. So 3b plus 6b is equals to minus 14. It becomes 3b plus 10. 10 plus 3b is equals to minus 14. Then you take the 10 to the other side. It's positive to the other side, becomes negative. So it becomes negative 24. So 3b is equals to negative 24, right? You divide here because multiplication. So we divide here by 3. We divide here by 3. Negative 24 divided by 3, you follow the rule, different signs, then it will be the answer will have a negative. So it will be negative 8. So the answer is negative 8 here. Okay, we're nearly done. So for this one, p over 12 minus 1 over 6 is equals to 3 over 4. So now what happens here is that you take this to the other side and you get plus 1 over 6. Okay, of course, what you have to do, you have to first have the denominator to be the same. So if you can find a smaller number, the better, because you don't have to simplify it later on. So I know 4 times 3 is 12, and I know 6 times 2 is 12. Whatever I do in the denominator, I also have to multiply in the numerator. Whatever I do in the denominator, I have to also multiply in the numerator. So 9 over 12. Usually what students like to do, they multiply here by 6, here by 6, here by 4, and here by 4 as well. But the smaller the number it is the better. So 2 over 12. Now 9, 10, 11, 11 over 12. 11 over 12, right? So what is your equation now? P over 12 equals to 11 over 12. Then what do? You take this to the other side and you simplify it because division here to become multiplication here. You cancel, it becomes 11, right? The answer is 11. Four over 9, h is equals to 10 over 27. So now what happens? Remember, when you can also take the whole fraction to the other side. But what is the way you do it? You flip it. So 9 over 4 times 9 over 4. If you want to take the whole fraction to the other side directly. If not, then of course you have to, what do? If that's difficult for you, you multiply here by 1 over 4. You take it part by part. So because it was, a multiplication here, you put it at the bottom. 1 over 4. And then you take the 9 as well. And the 9 will be 9 over 1. So we can simplify this. Just simplify your life, make it easy. We'll just multiply, we'll bring the 9 here. So it becomes divide by 9 here, divide by 9 here, divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here, right? Across, you can just simplify it. You get 5 over 3 times 1 over 2. Okay, you get 5 over 6. 5 over 6, okay, you get the answer like that. So that is the answer, 5 over 6. Okay, here again the same thing, you take this to the other side, you get plus 27. 75 plus 27, what do you get? 102. 102 divided by 6. Usually, remember when they don't tell you that it's a decimal or integer, usually, not all the time, but they tell you if it's an integer or decimal, whenever you divide, you get a whole number. So just divide by 6. So you get 6x is equals to 102. That will be 6 divided by 102. You'll get here 4. You bring the 2 down. So 7. 17 is the answer. So here again, you'll just do 10 plus 6x plus 2. You expanded the 2 inside and then inside again. So you multiply 2 times 3x. They're both positive, so the answer will be positive. Just multiply 2 by 3. 6x, then 2 times 1 is 2 is equals to 72. Okay, you add the numbers. 12 plus 6x is equals to 72. You subtract, you take the 12 to the other side, you make it minus 12. It becomes 60. you know 6x is equals to 60, so you divide here by 6, you divide here by 6, and then you get 10. Okay, get 10. That is the answer. Last question for today. I tried to do as fast as I could. Okay, so here 4 over 9, p is equals to 4 over 9, right? What did they do? They took this to the other side, but they made it division. Remember, keep in mind, they kept it as division. So it stayed 2 over 3, okay? They didn't change anything yet. So here, they have given you the fraction, you write 2 over 3 here. Then, now they put it as multiplication. Now, if you want to change the fraction into multiplication, you flip it, and you take it as 3 over 2. And then you simplify. So it becomes 2, divide here by 2, divide here by 2, divide here by 2. And you divide here by 3, you divide here by 3. So what does it become? 2 times 1 over 3 over 1. So what does it become? 2 over 3. That's your final answer for this.